Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to coverage of the Dalton Racing Late Model Stock Tour. After taking off for Labor Day, rescheduling on Thursday, and real racing going on all weekend at Southern National and Caraway. I'm actually still up in the broadcast booth at Caraway Speedway. We welcome you to coverage of the High Pine Twin 75s. It is the next round number 5 and 6 tonight. We were scheduled to run at Southern National and then USA International, but the decision was made to go ahead and run twin 75s here at Southern National. The high banks of Kinley, 24 degrees of banking. Ready to see what happens at a track just shy of a half mile. We are ready to go racing. We're glad you're here at Southern National Motorsports Park. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the first race in the twin 75s. It'll be 75 laps. Caution laps do count. No one fast repair. No tires. There will be unlimited attempts at a green-white checker. After the end of race 1, there will be an invert for the other 75 lapper. That will again be here at Southern National. I am Wesley Outland. Ryan Tomford is alongside. And Tracy Brown will chime in as well when he wants to. He's on production. Let's give you the starting lineup for race number 1. On the pole, the number 22, it is Peanut Baker. In his machine to the outside, Aaron Stoltz in car number 02. Row number 2 will find Jordan Blair in the number 6 and Speedy Bird in 16. Fresh off of a modified race here at Caraway, Austin Taylor in the number 51 and Bradley Walford in the 50. Ross Boo Boo Dalton, he was at Southern National and here at Caraway today in the 50 Star. Two-time winner of the season, and Ethan Johnson also in the number 27. RC Slick will tag the back. That is the starting lineup. I'm understanding that they might allow late entries for race number 2. But Ryan, we're about ready to go here at Kinley. This will be a good one. Twin 75s for the late models here. The Ross Dalton Racing Series. How you been, my friend?
I'm doing great. You know, Southern National is one of my favorite tracks that, you could race on iRacing. And, in general, I used to do a few broadcasts in real life, doing filming jobs high above Southern National for Speed Week. So, I just love Southern National. And, just the banking here is very, very big here, tall banking. So, I'm excited for tonight's race.
Yeah, 24 degrees of banking greets these drivers as they work around in the corners. As they come back to the green flag here, they'll get at least another preliminary lap before we get ready to turn them loose. So, making sure we have everybody in position. Hell, they might be trying to add some late arrivals to the track. Late arrivals tag in the back, if you will. I think that's it. They will go, and we will go as they get ready to make another lap around here. And the lights are off on the pace car. I think they thought they were going to go green, but they didn't. So, by the way, all of the numbers or the laps will reset. And they will be able to get a chance to go again. I think I said 24 degrees of banking. My apologies. 17 degrees of banking here at Southern National Motorsports Park. 17 degrees and 7 degrees on the straightaway. Home of side-by-side racing. Pace car is in. The High Pine Twin 75s. Race number 1 is green as they're in the Lucky Ducks Motorsports starting zone. And we got a green flag. Ryan, you want to talk about the diehard of these guys? The diehard of the diehard. Just got done running a real race in real life at Caraway Speedway. Southern National in real life this weekend. And then they turn around, hightail it home. I stay in the broadcast booth, and we rock and roll into an iRacing event at Kinley. Just getting started.
Yeah, these guys out here tonight are some diehard racers. They were there at Caraway and now racing on iRacing. So they are very dedicated to racing and very good at it as well. So we're going to see very competitive cars out here as Jordan Blair is leading from Stoltz there as they get single filed.
This is a very fun place. As we see 0.4 of a mile, these drivers work their way in the corner. Right now we're single file with Blair in the lead as we got one scraping off the wall. That's Peanut Baker in the 22 getting company by Taylor in the 51. That's Austin Taylor, by the way. As we got cars already dropping off the pace as, man, Bradley Walford, RC Slick, I think he's the race director, watching everything going on here as more cars bouncing off the wall. That's key here, right? You don't want to get yourself too many Kinley stripes, as I call it back in the day, because you can damage your race car and be out of this thing in the early going. Only 7 of 75 this time by now, Ryan.
You don't want to be hitting that wall too many times, as we see, Austin Taylor there. He's hit the wall about 5-6 times now, so, he's definitely going to watch out with that, out of 2 there. He's definitely hitting the wall a lot.
Continuing to see what these drivers will do as they work their way again coming off the corner. Another lap on the board. 75 laps, by the way, as I mentioned. 1 fast repair, no tires, unlimited attempts at a green-white checker if need be. Top 6 invert. That means that after the end of race number 1, we'll invert the field and we will go for another 75 laps. Right now, it is the driver, Jordan Blair, leading the way. Aaron Stoltz in second. There's that interval now between first and second as they work their way. By the way, we are not only live on, of course, Leadfoot TV, we're also live on the Community Radio Network. And we've got some big announcements coming up at the end of the night in regards to Leadfoot TV, the LFRL, and the Ross Dalton Racing Late Model Tour, and whatever else comes down the trough, as they say in the South. Right now, Aaron Stoltz on board with him, Ryan. He's trying to get a big trunk full of Blair's rear end as they work into turn 1 and 2.
It's been working on Blair these last few laps. He's been, closing the gap, and then it extends a little bit. So, he's keeping sort of a consistent gap out front to Blair.
And right now, Jordan Blair continuing to be the man of that top spot as they work their way again back around with Blair, Stoltz, Peanut Baker, 1, 2, and 3. Ross, Boo Boo, Dalton, Austin Taylor, top 5. That's the way they stand comfortably right now. Ross Boo Boo Dalton in the 50 car. He had the RDR driver development program in full swing today at Caraway and at Southern National. Ross Dalton had a chance to actually race at Southern National over the weekend on Saturday here at Kinley. So you got to wonder, taking advantage of your iRacing expertise from running the real race the other day might be in the advantage of the driver Ross Dalton, maybe. What do you think, Ryan?
He might have a few tricks and skills up his sleeve. Running that race on Saturday. He came 4th in that race with a very talented field with Doug Barnes Jr. and Joe Heigl and Daniel Von Cannon in that field. So he's definitely had some strong competition out there on Saturday. So he's definitely one to watch out for tonight.
And we're certainly continuing to watch, if you will, all of that going on. Is again the leader currently outside right now is Blair. He is the driver that is up in the top spot, as we just mentioned. Blair, Stoltz, Baker, Dalton, Taylor, your top 5, and all the while, single file. There's Aaron Stoltz comfortably in second. So is Peanut Baker. I think they're just trying to ride and make laps here right now, Ryan.
Yeah, they're just trying to cross off a few of these laps here. Blair and Stoltz, I've got a 2-man battle out front, and they've sort of cleared Peanut Baker there. So, everyone, besides these front 2 are running a quite lonely races. We got a yellow flag.
We do. Speedy Bird's going around to the sound gear, number 16. Caution out for Speedy Bird. And the yellow flag will come out here in the early going. Let's take a look at what happened here to put us under our first blue line soft wash caution. Watch the replay here. So we saw Speedy Bird diving down into the corner. There he is coming off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. And nobody got into him, I don't see yet. Maybe this red and silver. No, he got in the wall. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Keeps on going. I think you got ahead of yourself, Tracy. Yeah, about 5 laps. Here it is. I think this did it right here. The 88 might have got into him here. Let's watch this. Well, I saw the 16 spun around. I saw the 16 going around. So, obviously, guys, I don't know where yeah. Anyhow, I will tell you this. It was the 16. The 16 did go around as we're under the yellow flag here. Maybe this is it right here. Here you go, right here. There's contact there made. And this is it. Yep, right there. Got up high, Speedy Bird. And I think maybe he just lost it here. Now the caution was already out. Wow. I don't know where it's at, but I can tell you that it looked like I saw the 16 spun. And, yeah. Yeah, we feel like we went back down I feel like Casey Kasem and the Lucky Ducks Motorsports Restart Zone presented by CRN. The green flag flies. We're back underway. Yeah, I will tell you, Ryan, the 16th spun of Speedy Bird, and that caused the caution as we are closing in on under 50 to go. 47 remaining, halfway at lap 38.
Yeah, well, that caution, I do believe he was facing the wrong way down pit road, at pit exit. So I believe that's why the caution, probably came out there, as we've got a battle for the lead here with Jordan Blair and Stoltz, battling side by side here through 3 and 4.
They are side by side. That is now Blair up on the top side, the red machine down on the bottom. Here comes Stoltz. He'll go to the inside. They'll drive side by side with one another. Oh, boy, they're sheet metal rubbing. And somehow they stay in line, working off 4, turn 4, coming in to halfway very soon. Look at these guys, stride for stride, Ryan, as they set it off into turn 1 again.
Yeah, they're working their way down the back straightaway. They've been sort of really clean and fair racing here as they've been battling for this lead. They haven't been, banging doors that much through these last few laps side by side.
Yeah, we're continuing to keep an eye on this, man. This has got to be really fun as we're watching them working their way down the back straightaway. There's Peanut Baker now. He's in second, trying to get to Aaron Stoltz. Aaron Stoltz in the lead as we continue to race on. This battle continues down into turn number 3 and 4. Down the back straightaway now. Man, this racetrack is just shy at half a mile. A matter of fact, Francis Tuttle and Harold Brazenton, they were involved in the design, not only Darlington, Bristol, and here at Southern National. They were involved in the configuration of the racetrack, and they purposely made it where this track was like a thumbnail shy, a quarter shy of a half a mile to try to mimic Bristol Motor Speedway. Right now, it is Stoltz in the lead, followed by Baker and Blair. We are single file as they close in on halfway, Ryan. 38 down and 37 to go.
37 to go here. We're starting to see, sort of a breakaway group here of 4 drivers of Stoltz, Baker, Blair, and Ross Dalton there. These 4 drivers are really, trying to find a way to get to the front.
Certainly watching, again, this battle transpire as they work their way again to put another lap on the board. I am high up topside at Caraway Speedway. Cleanup is ongoing after a very long day, long weekend of racing with the Smart Modified Tour and more. So, yes, I am in the TV broadcast booth calling iRacing with you awesome people after announcing real racing today for the Hyde Pine Twin 75. Tracy, I tried to get Ryan to come to the race with me today and actually kind of call the race together up in the booth. But he said, no, I can't do it. I gotta take care of the dogs and the cats and the pigeons and everything else. So live stuff when you work on a farm. It's at 33 to go. No, Ryan, I'm just playing Ryan. Ryan's got school, and I think he had to take care of dog sit. So nonetheless, look at this battle for the lead as Peanut Baker. Oh, no, Aaron Stoltz around in 0-2. Aaron Stoltz will spin. This will trigger another blue line soft wash caution, and you see it very quickly here. No tracking it down this time. Tracy Brown's dead on it. Look at that replay. Oh, we have another caution. It is presented by Blue Line Soft Wash. We need to step away. We'll take a break from Southern National. More coverage with the Ross Dalton Racing Late Model Tour after these words. 30 laps to go. And by the way, top 6 invert will we rack, restack, and we run another one again. Stay with us. Eastern Technical Design Incorporated provides design and drafting services for commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Services include architectural renderings, preliminary plan design, as well as final construction drawings. These drawings include all the necessary structural, building, plumbing, and mechanical electrical plans as required to produce and deliver a finished building and/or structure. This company is proudly owned by LFRL's Tracy Brown. Eastern Technical Design. Contact them today at 252-245-1599 or email them at easterntechnicaldesign@gmail.com. Commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Eastern Technical Design is the perfect plan for your building needs. It sounds like our version of the Carolina Panther radio network where they go, wow, 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 wow. This is the Panthers radio network. Wow, 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 wow. This is Leadfoot TV. And we're coming. I'm sorry, Ryan. We're back to green. Oh, God. It's been a long weekend. Oh. I'm sorry. Peanut Baker in the lead. Not for long. There goes Blair on the inside. Oh, boy, Ryan, look at this battle. Now we got Ross Dalton. I think he might have been saving something as Speedy Bird got shot out of line off 4. He'll save it as they work their way back again into 1 and 2. Under 25 remaining, by the way.
They're getting a little bit more aggressive out here. There's pushing and shoving as Ross Dalton goes up the track with Aaron Stoltz there on the inside. So, they're getting a little bit more aggressive here with 23 laps to go.
Go time indeed as they work their way again around the corner. It is still Blair in that top spot. It wasn't easy. They raced each other earlier for that position. And he did get up into the lead as right now we continue to watch Blair in the red 6 holding on. Look at this now down to the inside. Look at this now. Peanut Baker. Oh, he pushes Blair up high, up into the marbles, up into the top shelf where Grandma hides the cookies from Grandpa and his dentures too sometimes. And right now Blair way high with Taylor. And now the other 97 making a move on the bottom. Wow. Well, you want to talk about a bump and run right there. It was a nice clean run as well as we got 20 laps to go now, Ryan. Wow.
Blair just lost a ton of positions there. And, Peanut Baker has now got, a few car lengths advantage. He's pretty clear out in front as Ross Dalton and Stoltz are going to battle here a little bit for second place.
Under 20 remaining. Baker, Dalton, Stoltz, Taylor, Blair, your top 5. That's the way they're supposed to be right now. As they work back into the corner. 17 remaining. Does anybody got anything for Peanut Baker? Remember, he waited patiently. He made the move on Blair in the red number 6. And now he is working methodically down to the inside, setting his sights for that spot as they close back in on 15 laps to go. 15 remaining. Baker, Dalton, Stoltz, Taylor, Blair, top 5. We are single file, and we are into the final home stretch of this race. Remember, top 6 invert. We re-rack, restack Ryan Tomford, and we do it all over again here at Southern National.
Yeah, these last, 5 laps, Ross Dalton is starting to catch Peanut Baker out in front. He's slowly inching his way closer to that rear bumper of Baker now.
Working now, 13 to go. It is Peanut Baker in the lead, Ross Dalton in second. Stoltz, who led this race earlier, now back to third after he spun a moment ago. And now Baker under attack now by Ross Boo Boo Dalton. We talked about the fact that Ross Dalton raced here at Southern National this past weekend, yesterday as a matter of fact. And now with 10 laps to go, here comes the boss of RDR, driver development, working his way into 3 and 4. 10 remaining at the stripe. But look at this battle now between Taylor and Blair, side by side. This is for 4th as they dive into 1 here, Ryan.
Yeah, they've, this battle's been brewing for a few laps here, and now, we see that 51 of Taylor on that outside as Blair now clears himself for 4th place.
Side by side as they prepare for putting another lap on the board. And we got a caution, another yellow flag, another blue line soft wash caution flag will come out over the racetrack. I want to say, oh boy, man, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened. So a late race caution coming out here as I don't know. The late race caution, they didn't say there was going to be any cautions or stage breaks or anything like that, so I'm not sure. Caution is out though. Yellow flag will come out due to an accident here, a late race caution. Ryan, I'm not sure what we're seeing here. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I didn't see anyone spin around or anything. Maybe it was debris on the racetrack. So, hopefully we could find, the reason for the caution. But, we'll have, a late race, restart here with, Peanut Baker and Dalton. Dalton, these last few laps was closing the gap to Baker. He definitely looked like the fastest man on track. So this is going to be very interesting when we go green flag racing here.
Remember, the decision was made as well that they were not going to obviously race at USA International Speedway. They were just going to run here at Southern National for the Twin 75s. So all of that going on as they continue to race. We'll get ready for a restart here as we come back to the restart zone here at Southern National. They have 5 laps to go. Twin 75 race number 2 coming up next. And they're going to stay right here for the High Pine Twins 75. Lucky Ducks Motorsports. Oh, we got contact on the restart. And they almost stack him up. And he goes around. Speedy Bird, hold on. Slamming, bamming off the concrete. I think he'll save it. We'll stay green. 4 to go in race 1 at Kinley. 3 wide. Contact. Blair almost into Dalton. Stoltz powers back on the outside and they door-to-door slam each other in 3. This is what it's all about at Kinley, Ryan. We see it all the time.
Yeah, they're trading paint here down the straightaway as we see Dalton get turned around to 1 and 2.
The 6 to Blair, fighting for the bridesmaid spot, getting into Stoltz and Ross Boo Boo Dalton. And a late race caution causes a spin, and both cars going around in unison. This will put us under another blue line soft wash caution our fourth one in race number 1 for the Hyde Pine Twin 75s for the Ross Dalton Racing Driver Development Late Model Tour. They will re-rack, restack, and go again. By the way, thank you again to Blue Line Soft Wash for sponsoring our caution flags. So this one's not over yet. They are getting ready to go back and do this again. And remember, we were told in our meeting, Ryan and Tracy, unlimited attempts at overtime. They will race unlimited attempts of overtime if they have to get this race finished tonight. Jordan Blair on pit road. I wonder if they were going to put him to the rear anyway, Ryan. So the 6 says, you know what, you got me. I'm just going to go to the rear. I'm going to make an adjustment. We'll race here and see what I can do here at the end.
Yeah, that sends him right to the back, but he's gonna be sitting right there with Stoltz and Dalton. So the 3 cars that caused the incident are going to be right next to each other again on this restart.
So the lights are off on the pace car. It will be 3 laps to go. This is unlimited attempts at overtime. Caution laps count, by the way, so we are officially in overtime now. This is overtime after our 4th yellow flag. Back in the restart, Peanut Baker didn't fire. Oh no, something happened to Peanut Baker. We might see a caution and we will. So race control did not like the restart and they called it back. And this will set us up for our 5th Blue Line Soft Wash caution flag of the race. And it will be overtime number 2 here at Southern National, Ryan. Wow.
Yeah, that was a bit of a messy restart there. Peanut Baker just didn't seem to get any drive off his car, so that inside line got a little bit stacked up there. So we see another caution and the 5th one tonight.
Got to remember, the leader refires. He's got to fire in the restart zone box, and if he doesn't, then they'll call it back like it's in real life as well. Some of the real life rules also go into the world of iRacing also. By the way, thanks again to iRacing, the #1 motorsport simulation of the world. This is the Ross Dalton Racing Driver Development Series. Hope you enjoyed coverage of Hickory with the Leadfoot Racing League. This is the RDR High Pine Twin 75s on Leadfoot TV. Soon to be your home for sim racing. I will be announcing that coming up here before the end of the night with Tracy Brown. The Leadfoot Racing League and the Ross Dalton Racing Driver Development Late Model Tour will be on LSR TV moving forward beginning next Sunday. That, of course, that'll be on LSR TV, your home for sim racing. We will, again, still be putting content on Leadfoot TV, but I think the plan is to simulcast on both networks. But we are expanding and going on to a national broadcast for iRacing with my good friends Charles Woot and Jeff Stabnow, the amazing people with the LSR TV, your home for sim racing. So we are looking forward to doing that coming up starting next Sunday. And with that said, 5th caution is done. We'll try again for overtime. Number 1, back to green. Oh boy, no, that ain't gonna fly. Somehow they hold it together, Ryan, and we come back to green. Look at this, Baker, Walford. This is Bradley Walford on the outside, by the way. He's on the top. Peanut Baker, though, holding on. They come to the line. White flag in the air. 1 to go. This is the Tiltify. 1 to go. Tiltify, 1 to go. Final time here at the 4/10 mile. Southern National. Peanut Baker works off turn 4. Winner of race 1, and they're crashing. Stoltz, Wall, Dalton, Blair, others in the wall. Peanut Baker wins race 1 of the High Pine Twin 75s at Kinley. Unbelievable.
Chaos there at the end. I'm crashing on that start-finish line there, but, Peanut Baker is able to get the win.
Unbelievable. Let's take a look at the results, if we can, of race number 1. Peanut Baker gets it done. We're not able to show it. It's already transferred to the next race. Oh, son of a biscuit, it did. So Peanut Baker is unofficially the winner. So we at least do know that much. We at least know that much. So Peanut Baker is the winner. We'll bring Peanut Baker in here. They're getting ready to have a quick reset and go back again here. Peanut Baker is the man that wins race number 1. We're trying to find him and bring him in to the broadcast booth, and we'll grab a word with him for post-race. And then, again, we'll reset and get ready for a invert of the top 6 and prepare for race number 2 of the Twin 75s here at the High Pine Twin 75s. Peanut Baker, congratulations, man. Big win for you. It was not easy. It was a little bump and bang there at the end, but you do hold them off and you get a victory. Thank you, sir. And what's going through your mind, man, on the double deuce?
Oh man, that was something different. I'm mainly just laughing because of that last start. Man, Bradley's something else.
I mean, what did he do? Like, did he just take off ahead of you and you had to call it back, or like, I mean, it's obvious they were going to call it back though, right? Like, I mean,
yeah, he just got a little anxious and fired off early, but I mean, no harm, no foul. I feel bad for Austin, Boo Boo, and I think it was Jordan. They all got stuck together because I didn't fire, but I mean, I didn't know if they were going to throw a yellow and pull it back or if they were just going to let it go, so I just stayed where I was.
Heard that, man. Well, I'll tell you what, big congratulations to you. I know we just want to interview the winner very quickly because we're trying to get ready for race number 2. I don't think it's going to be a 20-minute delay. So, man, before we do let you go, please, Ryan, you got anything for Peanut Baker? Your thoughts of the race, buddy?
Amazing race from you, Peanut Baker. You know, how does this win, what does this win mean to you in this series?
It means a lot just because running against these guys all the time, it's hard to beat Jordan, Boo Boo, all the other guys like Austin Taylor. I mean, all these guys are really good. So whenever you're able to come in here and beat them, it's something to be proud of. I mean, all these guys are really dang solid on here.
Peanut Baker, winner of race number 1 of the High Pine Twin 75s on the high banks of Southern National Motorsports Park. We are going to take a break here on Leadfoot TV. When we come back to Kinley, race number 2, an invert of 6, and that race is next. Blue Line Soft Wash is a veteran-owned and operated company dedicated to bringing integrity and precision to exterior cleaning. Founded by a retired law enforcement officer, and we proudly back the men in blue. Blue Line Soft Wash upholds the values of service, commitment, and attention to detail in every job. Trust Blue Line Soft Wash to protect and enhance your property with the same dedication they once gave to protecting our community. Protect and serve. Protect your car with Blue Line Soft Wash today. Tar River Environmental, located in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, is a premier provider of professional logging and land clearing services, proudly serving communities across the Tar Heel state of North Carolina. Their services are vital for large-scale land development and forestry operations. By prioritizing responsible land management, Tar River Environmental helps clients achieve their land use goals while maintaining ecological integrity. Find more details on Tar River Environmental, located in Rocky Mount, on Google today.
Would you like a sport of tea and some crumpets?
Back here on the lead foot, though. Oh my God, I love it. It's so creative. Back here on the Leadfoot TV network, everybody, a lot of people have come back from races. They have come back from being on the road. I'm still on the road at Caraway Speedway up in the announcer booth after doing TV all day. Thank you to Darren Hackett and Tina Lackey for letting me do that after announcing the races. But a lot of people have came back from Caraway or traveling or been on the road. We're going to let them reset their batteries. They're grabbing a quick snack, a quick drink, and we are going to go for an extended commercial break. And Ryan and I will give you the coverage of the second race of the High Pine Twin 275s. Will Peanut Baker be able to sweep him? He's on an invert of 6. That's second 75 lapper coming up in about 5 minutes from now. We will be right back with more from Southern National. Stay with us. Leadfoot TV. Eastern Technical Design Incorporated provides design and drafting services for commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Services include architectural renderings, preliminary plan design, as well as final construction drawings. These drawings include all the necessary structural, building, plumbing, and mechanical electrical plans as required to produce and deliver a finished building and/or structure. This company is proudly owned by LFRL's Tracy Brown. Eastern Technical Design. Contact them today at 252-245-1599 or email them at easterntechnicaldesign@gmail.com. Commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Eastern Technical Design is the perfect plan for your building needs. Blue Line Soft Wash is a veteran-owned and operated company dedicated to bringing integrity and precision to exterior cleaning. Founded by a retired law enforcement officer, and we proudly back the men in blue. Blue Line Soft Wash upholds the values of service, commitment, and attention to detail in every job. Trust Blue Line Soft Wash to protect and enhance your property with the same dedication they once gave to protecting our community. Protect and serve. Protect your car with Blue Line Soft Wash today. Tar River Environmental, located in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, is a premier provider of professional logging and land clearing services, proudly serving communities across the Tar Heel state of North Carolina. Their services are vital for large-scale land development and forestry operations. By prioritizing responsible land management, Tar River Environmental helps clients achieve their land use goals while maintaining ecological integrity. Find more details on Tar River Environmental, located in Rocky Mount, on Google today.
Would you like a sport of tea and some crumpets?
Back here on Leadfoot TV, welcome back to coverage of Southern National Motorsports Park of the High Pine Twins 75s, along with Ryan Tomford. I'm Wesley Outland. Tracy Brown on production, and the warm-up is about to come to an end here for the drivers of the RDR Late Model E-Tour. And twin 75s, there's an invert of 6 cars. Ryan, what do you think we're going to see from race 1 compared to race 2 coming up here on deck?
Yeah, I mean, in race 1, we saw, a fair bit of incidents and, a lot of cars, going up and down the field. We saw Ross Dalton go from the back to the front to the back and then up there again, pretty close to the front again at the end of the race. So, I think any one of these drivers could, really win this second twin race. So, I'm excited to see, if we get a different winner or if it's Peanut Baker.
We do welcome you back inside the booth again. And I know we're getting ready for the end of the warm-up to get ready to grid for the invert of 6 for race number 2. Basically, Ethan Johnson, it looks like, is going to be the man on the pole. Austin Taylor, Speedy Bird, Aaron Stoltz, Jordan Blair, and then Peanut Baker. But hey, Tracy, I'm going to bring you in here real quickly because I know as soon as this race is over, I'm exhausted, man. It's been a long weekend, a long week for that matter. But I know that we want to quickly get off the air. We're going to interview the winner tonight only, and then we're going to quickly move into getting off the air. But, man, we got some pretty exciting things coming for Leadfoot Racing League, RDR, and Leadfoot TV going onto a national stage for iRacing. Just let everybody know about it, buddy.
Yeah, well, what's going on, Wesley, is we've kind of partnered with LSR TV. Stands for Live Sim Racing TV. They've got a national audience, much more viewership than what we have. And so what we're going to be doing is trying to, more or less, we're going to keep everything that we have with Leadfoot TV. We're going to be simulcasting our content to their channel as well. And I think it's going to give them some more content. It'll introduce the West Coast to late model stock racing and some sheet metal swapping, that sort of thing. And also it will bring many more viewers to our channel as well. and we are actually hoping that we'll be able to gain several more drivers in both series, both with Leadfoot Racing League, which we run late model stock cars at short tracks, as well as RDR, Ross Dalton Racing. They pretty much do the same thing. And then what we are hoping to be able to do, be able to put together at the end of the season, is we're going to have a 5-race Super 5 race championship series between RDR and Leadfoot Racing, which
Yes.
you can explain it much better than I am, because like I've told you before.
So basically, as Tracy is saying, it is basically a throwback of what the Hooters Pro Cup Series used to do back in the day when they had a North versus South series, and then the Big 4 Challenge or the 5 Challenge. So what we are going to do is we are going to kick this off in December. The top 10 in the points nationally for the Leadfoot Racing League and the Ross Dalton Racing Late Model Tour will be given an invitation. Hey, listen, if you're the 11th place guy and the 10th place guy says, no, I don't want to do it, well, then guess what? You get the invite. What we want to have is 10 committed drivers that guarantee that they're going to run in this All-Star Invitational, and we prefer to do it by points. But basically, the top 10 from RDR, the top 10 from the LFRL, they'll come together. There will be 4 250 or 250 lap races, 4 250 lap races, special formats, and it all culminates for a big 300 lapper with, I believe, 98.5 The Big Dogs, Sean Lamb, my good friend from County Line Raceway. I think we've got him inked on the deal, Tracy Brown, to be joining Ryan Tomford and myself for the endurance race at USA International, the 300 lapper. And, man, we're excited about it. I think there's going to be 2 tracks from in the north, 2 in the south, and we're looking forward to, I don't have all the paperwork in front of me. I'm just kind of going by memory, but it is going to be really cool to see that happen. And obviously, as the voice of LSR TV for the Northwest Racing Series and many other special events, I'm excited that we are going to be putting late models back on your home for sim racing. As I told Tracy and the Browns, I'm not leaving LFRL. I'm not leaving RDR. We're just taking this to another level. And Ryan, it'll just be a regular night in the office for you and me. It's just going to be on a bigger scale of people, audience, watching, listening, and hopefully wanting to get involved with Ross Dalton Racing or the Leadfoot Racing League. Ladies and gentlemen, the field is gritting. The High Pine Twin 75 race number 2 is about ready to roll, and we've got your starting lineup on deck. Up first, it is going to be, again, the driver of Bradley Walford, because there is an invert of 6. You can show the real lineup there if you want to. It's just they got to get in their order, the top 6 in revert. So there it is. That's the way the lineup would be. But then you're going to put Bradley Walford on the pole, followed by Austin Taylor, row number 1. Row 2 will find Speedy Bird and Jordan Blair. Then it is Aaron Stoltz and Peanut Baker. Remember, they flip-flop the starting position. Then it's going to be Ross Boo Boo Dalton, followed by Ethan Johnson in the back as these drivers get ready to go. And you know what, Ryan, as the field is rolling for pace laps as we await the green flag for race number 2, Ross Boo Boo Dalton, the promoter for Ross Dalton Racing Driver Development, come in here and he said, man, I know we didn't have a lot of late models tonight, but damn, wasn't that fun? Wasn't that a really good late model race for 8 cars? Brian, I followed the same sentiments of Boo Boo.
Yeah, that was a very quality race. You know, this season we saw big quantities of cars and you know, decent racing, but not, you know, a lot of crashes and you know, a lot of wrecks. But you know, that last race we just saw was, you know, a very quality race. You know, it was very exciting from, you know, green flag to checker flag.
Oh boy, we will try this. Preliminary laps underway. Hey, Tracy, just for you, even though we're on Live Sim Racing TV, we'll let you still do the wow, 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 whatever.
Thanks, Wesley. Appreciate that, man. Hey, I got to have a signature animation and sound effect, man. Come on.
I'm gonna get sued by the Carolina Panthers radio network, but this is awesome.
yeah, your rendition is so close to what they do on the Panthers television network.
Yeah.
There, yeah.
Yeah.
Might get a copyright strike because of that, man.
I was trying to give you a donation. Hey, you better be careful before you open it because it's going to go everywhere. So I tried to slap him in the head, but he wasn't listening, Tracy. And then I tossed a hat from behind to Nathan, and it about landed on top of his head. So the final third time's the charm to get his attention was rolled a Tahitian treat across the table, and it fell. And I said, don't open that.
Oh, man. Look, just take your headphones, put it right on top of his head, and then step away. And let him know he's live on air.
Land. He's off in La La Land. He don't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. I mean, he had a fun time at the races. I think he got to work up on top of the roof, actually. Didn't you, son? Didn't you help out with camera production? He got to work up on top of the roof. But he doesn't want to be a broadcaster. He doesn't want to work in sports. He doesn't want to do nothing that his daddy does. He wants to be a welder. And ladies and gentlemen, I will say on the air, I've enjoyed having my son, Nathan. It's been like take son to work weekend, obviously. All right, here we go. Final race in the High Pine Twin 75. Green flag. We're underway here at Kinley. By the way, the Lucky Ducks Motorsports green flag waves, and we're underway. I knew there was a sponsor. Wow, 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 wow. Bradley Walford will lead him into turn number 1, followed by Jordan Blair. How about Speedy Bird? Remember, the invert was 6. Peanut Baker, what do you think, Brian? Brian, do you got to get to the front quickly, or do you got to pace yourself for a 75-lap race?
I mean, you got to work your way up to the front and then start to pace yourself, as we see Jordan Blair here. You know, he's worked his way up through the field already, and now he finds himself, you know, in the lead in front of Bradley Wolford there.
Right now, they work their way down into the corner. Obviously, into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, we got one riding up in the wall. Speedy Bird, problems for him. That's going to trigger our first blue line soft wash caution. Oh, my goodness. The JBM Sound Gear number 16 has pancaked the passenger side of his car. A lot of damage on the right front. And this is not good. And I will tell you this. You do get a fast repair for each race. But my goodness, Ryan, I don't know if you want to use it this early.
You probably don't want to use it this early, but, you know, he hit the wall pretty hard there and rode it around 2 and 3 there. So, you know, he's got a decent amount of damage, and then he hit the wall there on the inside of going into 3. So he finds himself on pit road with the fast repair.
Replay coming. Look at this again. We'll find it again as you saw the 16 up into the fence. As he walloped the wall. Look at that. As he pancaked and rim rides up against the outside safer barrier, the outside retaining wall, actually. They don't have a safer barrier at the short tracks and even on iRacing, as it duplicates the blueprint of what these racetracks demographically and geographically look like. Under caution. Hey, we need to pause quickly for station identification on CRN as we are just getting started for race number 2 of the Twin 75s, the High Pine Twins with the Ross Dalton Racing Late Model Stock Tour.
This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
Lights off on the pace car. By the way, Leadfoot TV on LSR TV and now the Community Radio Network. All of that still stays the same. None of that changes. It just expands us to a more national platform on iRacing. The #1 motorsport simulation of the world. Lucky Duck green flag, and we got a car on the wall. It's a little like the 51 of Austin Taylor really hit the fence. I wonder how bad. Oh, he's in the wall again, Ryan. He's got big problems in the 51.
Hit the wall multiple times there, so, you know, he's got to watch out for damage and not cause too much damage where he has to use one of his fast repairs.
Trying to somehow keep on going as they work their way And it sounds like lyrics to a song. Ain't nobody going to take my pride. Nobody going to hold me down. I got to keep on moving. And that's exactly what they got to do. Down to the inside, Peanut Baker. Winner of race number 1 of the High Pine Twins. Trying to win again. It's all Walford spins. Oh, my goodness. Speedy Bird T-bones him coming off of turn 2 on the back straightaway. And the caution is out again. Trouble. Turn number 2. Bradley Walford and Speedy Bird get ready for a replay. Another blue line soft wash caution. Put the women and children to bed on this one. This is a hard impact, Ryan.
Speedy Bird, really hit Walford here, but Walford off of 2, he just spun a self spin there, and Speedy Bird just whacked him on that back straightaway.
Yeah, nowhere to go for him as the caution comes out, and oh boy. Talk about another yellow flag coming out, and you got to wonder how much damage is on the car. And by the way, some of these drivers also, Ryan, have already come down to the pit lane, or they've stopped to have service. They've stopped to get worked on. You got to remember, you've got to remember here that obviously you still have one fast repair. So if you have anything happen to you, you do get that mulligan, if you will. No new sets of tires, though, because this is a 75-lap sprint. Let's take a look at the race details again here for the High Pine Twin 75s. And there it is again, 75 laps. That's the equivalent of close to 27 miles. Southern National is 0.4 of a mile, about a quarter away from a half-mile racetrack at 0.4. It is one fast repair. Green-white checkers, though, are unlimited. And I gotta think, Ryan, this is probably smart strategy for Speedy Bird and others to now not take that full fast repair. Maybe wait till later. 16 of 75. Pace car is in. Lucky Duck Motorsports. Green flag. Back underway, Ryan, here at Kinley.
Back underway as Ross Dalton has got the inside of Jordan Blair there. They're going to battle through this first lap side by side as Ross Dalton is slightly ahead, leading that lap over Jordan Blair.
And here comes Dalton down to the inside. That's the 50 star. And we got contact. Taylor's car gets really loose. Almost spun in the middle of the pack there behind the top 5. As Bradley Walford bounce off the wall again. He's at the concrete. Here they come back down to the inside with Ethan Johnson watching along. Ethan Johnson in the green and black 97, and now he's in the fence. All this goes on now as we head to almost 1/4 of the way through, 1/3 of the way in the 75-lapper battle for the lead up ahead. Ross, Boo Boo, Dalton, Jordan Blair, stride for stride, Ryan, as they dive into turn 3.
Yeah, Jordan Blair was able to get under Dalton there in turn 1, and he's, side by side this whole lap with Ross there. He's battling hard and wanting to get his lead back.
Up topside in the broadcast booth at Caraway Speedway after today's events, the Robert Jeffries Memorial. Still working the midnight oil, if you will, and covering the action of not only the Leadfoot Racing League at the end of that one at Hickory, and now tonight at Southern National for the Twins, the High Pine Twin 75s for the Ross Dalton Racing Driver Development Late Model E-Tour on Leadfoot TV. I'm Wesley Outland, Ryan Tompert, alongside production by Tracy Brown, and right now a battle between cat and mouse heats up. The man in the middle fighting for the cheese is Ross Boo Boo Dalton. Here comes Peanut Baker and Jordan Blair. They're going to go after him going to 1.
Peanut Baker's, made up a lot of positions here. Now he's second, battling with Ross, and he's able to clear him going into 3 there. So, Ross Dalton now is going to fight back with Peanut Baker on the inside.
Gotta love this battle now as they work their way back into the corner one more time up in front. Again, Jordan Blair. Jordan Blair now taking the top spot. He's back up in front again. Side by side, Ross Boo Boo Dalton and the driver Peanut Baker, who won, by the way, race number 1. He's up there now. And he's doing a phenomenal job as we race on. As we continue here. This great racing action taking place is right now, as we mentioned here, Ryan, it is all now Jordan Blair. Jordan Blair driving differently, by the way, than he did in race number 1 also.
And Jordan Blair is, doing a great job there out in front. He's got a decent lead to Ross Dalton because, Ross was battling Peanut Baker there. So, Jordan Blair is liking life out front with this 5.5 second lead out in front.
Moving in now to lap number 30 of this race, 30 of 75. And you're on board now with the man there of Aaron Stoltz. Aaron had a pretty good run with under 50 to go now. In race number 1, he had a really good run going for him and then got involved in a late race accident. A late race caution changed everything for him, and the driver of the number 02, a man that was actually here at Caraway Speedway along with Austin Taylor in a modified with the Carolina Crate Modified Series and the Smart Modified Tour. Obviously, Ethan Johnson, also some of the names of people that were here racing. Ross Boo Dalton had Cody Griffin in one of the RDR cars, as well as Enoch McNeil, and the promoter Ross Dalton for this late model E-Tour hauled butt away from Caraway, and he said, I'm ready to go. And I got to give props to Tracy and everybody, Ryan, yourself. We were all ready to roll here as we are closing in on the halfway mark of this one. It is Jordan Blair still in the lead. Ross Boo Dalton, Aaron Stoltz, Peanut Baker now, by the way. Race 1 winner now battling with Austin Taylor. That's a great battle going on side by side, Ryan, coming off of turn number 2.
Great battle with both of these drivers. They've lost a little bit of touch with the top 3 drivers, but they're fighting hard for this 4th position here.
Yeah, they certainly are, as we continue to see Jordan Blair continuing to hold on to that spot. It's not a stranglehold for the lead, but right now he is in lead of the number 6, Ross Boo Dalton. The driver of the 50 Star now right back there in second. Aaron Stoltz, 1, 2, and 3. And they begin to pull away. They are pulling away for positions 1, 2, and 3 on the racetrack as we are in the second half of this race. Cross flags will come in the air this time by 38 down, 37 to go. And if you have hung back, it is go time now, Ryan. You have got to show something here as we get ready for the second half of the High Pod Twin 75s here at Southern National.
Yeah, I mean, if you have anything left in store, you probably want to use it right about now. It is a good time to use your stuff up. But, last race we saw some late race caution. So, I wonder if any of these drivers are, saving a little bit of their tire and car so that, if we do get a late race, caution, that, they can rock to the front of the field and, have more pace than, some of the other guys.
I think that's something for sure that we're going to keep an eye on, no doubt about it, as they get ready to work their way again back across start finish, heading to now 35. We got a caution. Yellow flag is out. Speedy Bird, man. It has just been a night of bad luck for the number 16. I think it's the 3rd or 4th time into the wall again. The 16 will see a replay and another blue line soft wash caution. The handling's gone. Tires are gone. Bird's gone. Spinning on the back straightaway, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, Speedy Bird, he's been involved in now, 3 wrecks now. And I believe after that first one, he came down for his, fast repair and used it. And, once he T-boned Bradley Wolford in that second incident, he had a bunch of damage on his car and, he's been driving with that damage, the entire race. So, his car is very loose as we see him, almost been it there in 3 and 4 again as he's, trying to catch back up to the field.
Well, I don't want to call this a late race caution by any. Oh boy, hey, there's a sand barrel there. Sand barrels there. Sand barrels, and he hit it. I don't want to call this a late race caution by any stretch of the imagination, but it is 30 laps to go, Ryan Tomford. And if you are hanging back playing possum, you better make a move now and make it quick because time is running out here.
Yeah, time is running out. I mean, we just crossed over halfway, so there is a decent amount of this race left. So you may want to push a little bit here, but not use up all of your stuff.
We will get ready to go back for a restart. It will be 30 laps to go. Now remember, caution laps count in this race, and they are waving off the restart now. Now we'll try to reset and go again. Now the light's back on the pace car. By the way, blue line, soft wash. We back the men in blue. We back our, of course, law enforcement, and that's a proud man that's a part of what he does with his company, Blue Line Soft Wash, Eastern Technical Design, and more. Getting ready for the Lucky Ducks green flag as they're coming back into the Community Radio Network restart zone, CRN restart zone. Lucky Ducks Motorsports green flag wave starting to go. Under 30 to go. Let's be honest now. 28 remaining. Remember, caution laps count. One fast repair, no set of tires, unlimited attempts at overtime if need be. We will just talk to the winner because we're trying to get off the air here. It's been a long day for many people. Been a long weekend. Tracy's even been wide open with his awesome job, Eastern Technical Design, a proud sponsor of CRN and the Leadfoot Racing League as well as RDR. As right now they work off turn 4. Here they come to the line. It is Jordan Blair up in front. Staying in front. Stoltz now making a move. Walford pushed that away. It was a 7-10 split, and he came up short on the other turn. Wow, Ryan.
Yep, Bradley did a great job there in turn 1 and 2 to save that and not bring out a caution. As it's the time to dig. 25 laps to go.
Time to dig, baby. It is the Chris Golden Racing time to dig as well. 25 remaining. If you got something, you better show it now. Go time. McKinley, we got a car spun around. Speedy Bird, caution out. Oh, boy. I think Bradley Walford and Speedy Bird got together. They have not been friends all day. Watch this again. Holy camole. Oh, boy, there it is. Yeah, Walford and Speedy Bird. And Walford says, I've had enough of this, and he disappears. But Speedy Bird spins. Caution out, 23 to go. Hey, we're taking a quick break. We're back with a finish. When we come back, Southern National and the High Pine Twins, 75. Leadfoot Racing League TV tonight with the Ross Dalton Racing Late Models. Tar River Environmental, located in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, is a premier provider of professional logging and land clearing services, proudly serving communities across the Tar Heel state of North Carolina. Their services are vital for large-scale land development and forestry operations. By prioritizing responsible land management, Tar River Environmental helps clients achieve their land use goals while maintaining ecological integrity. Find more details on Tar River Environmental, located in Rocky Mount, on Google today. To the line, green flag of the air. The Lucky Ducks Motorsports green flag flies. Under 20 laps remaining for the Leadfoot Racing League earlier tonight at Hickory. Now you're checking out on Leadfoot TV the final race. Twin 75s here at Southern National. They were going to run twins one race at Southern National, another one at USA, but they voted because of the crazy schedule of the weekend. Let's run twin 75s, so that's what they're doing right now. It is Jordan Blair in the lead. It is Blair up in the top spot up on the high side. There goes the driver, Ross Boo Boo Dalton, down to the bottom. Here comes Aaron Stoltz. Stoltz inside, and they are door banging. Oh, we're rubbing sheet metal virtually here. Here come the Warlords. And we're going to try to go 4 wide, Ryan, going back to the turn 1 with 16, 15 to go next time by.
A lot of beating and banging here as Stoltz is on the inside of Blair, and he shoves him up the track as Stoltz is now the leader of the race.
contact being made as they work back up the racetrack, and we got another caution flag. Yellow flag is out, another soft line, soft wash. Caution flag will fly. A blue line, soft wash. Too much soft line. Soft line, soft wash, soft line. Blue line, soft wash. Caution out again. I think there might be a competition caution with 15 to go, maybe. Maybe that's what they did. Okay. So we have the Lynn Carroll of RDR telling us the competition caution with 15 to go. Remember, caution laps do count. The caution laps do count. Well, we'll try to do this again. Hey, before I go any further, I want to say big thank you not only to Ross Dalton Racing, LFRL, and Tracy Brown, Landon, Lenny Brown, all the great people. We're looking forward to expanding with LiveSimRacing.com and LSR TV. If you're watching the broadcast or you're seeing the replay, just find LSR TV on YouTube, LiveSimRacing.com. That's where we'll be broadcasting, simulcasting. So basically, it will be both on Leadfoot TV and Live Sim Racing to build up the audience. But I will tell you this. I want to say thank you also to Darren Hackett, Tina Lackey, Doug Smith, Randy Myers, everybody at Caraway Speedway for Brian letting me be able to come up in the press box even though everybody is gone and it's a dead of darkness now above the half mile here in Sophia, Asheboro, North Carolina, and calling the race, working here till the end. Because there would have been no way I could have drove back from home to work these races. There would have been no way. But with them letting me stay up here, they did. And Nathan has been a great trooper also, staying with us till the end. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 10 laps to go. Lucky Ducks Motorsports restart zone, and we're back to green flag. Boy, we got a lot of sponsors. Lucky Ducks. Lucky Ducks are better than trucks. Here comes Peanut Baker in the wall. Baker and Blair. They make contact. And Dalton somehow squeezed and weasels by third. And there goes the race one winner, Peanut Baker spinning. Caution is out with 8 to go. Oh, no. Ryan, you knew that was bound to happen, man. What a tough break there for Peanut Baker.
Tough break for him. They definitely did not want him to win, this second race. They shoved him up, high and out of 4 there on the front straightaway and, put him in the wall there. And then, spun around on the back straightaway. So, Home finds himself starting this restart in 6th position. So a lot of work if he wanted to be the repeat winner of tonight with 7 laps to go.
Yeah, another caution out again here. So we'll try to re-rack them, restack them, and go again. Try again here. If at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again, right? That's what they say.
Yeah.
So my question is this: is anybody got anything for Aaron Stoltz? It seems like he's been the strong guy here. As remember, we are getting ready for a restart. They're at least going to have 5 or 4 laps to go when they come back to green. Here, we're coming to green with 5 remaining. Lucky Duck Motorsports restart and green flag flies. It is 5 remaining here at Kinley. Late race caution will force overtime. Double overtime for race 1 winner, Peanut Baker. He's in the back now on the high side. 4 laps to go. 2 miles remaining, if you will. Aaron Stoltz, Ryan, leading this thing, but here comes now Dalton on the outside.
Yeah, Dalton, taking a few peeks there, and Aaron Stoltz to try to get the lead. He's got 4 laps to go now to see if he can get into the lead.
Yeah, laps are flying by very quickly as they work their way into turn number 3. Here they come to the line. Penultimate lap for the race. In the twin 75s here tonight at Kinley as the 51 of Austin Taylor bounces off the wall. The Tiltify white flag, 1 to go, coming up. Aaron Stoltz and Boo Boo Dalton. 0, 2, and 50, the white linen waves. 1 to go. Final time at Kinley. Down into turn 1 and 2. Stoltz holding on. Here comes Dalton. He can get a run on the bottom. He can't clear him. He got him pushed up high. He'll still hold on. Aaron Stoltz wins race 2 at Southern National. The High Pine Twin 75, race number 2, will go to the driver of the number 02, Aaron Stoltz. Aaron Stoltz. We'll be talking to him in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be getting off the air very, very quickly. As we just mentioned, to finish up with this thing here. We're just talking to the winner tonight. But Dalton and Taylor, we want to acknowledge them for finishing second and third. But I'm not going to lie to you. I'm exhausted. I got to get packed up. I got to tear down here and go back home. But again, thanks to Caraway Speedway for letting me stay up in the booth after the races, the real races, and call these ones with you. Here's the results here tonight for race number 2 of the High Pine Twin 75s. There it is. Aaron Stoltz started third. He wins. Ross Boo Boo Dalton will finish second. Started second. Austin Taylor started 7th. He'll finish third. Jordan Blair Peanut Baker, race 1 winner in the top 5. Then, of course, it'll be Ethan Johnson, Speedy Bird, Bradley Walford. Thanks again to RC Slick. He was the race director for this event. Hey, by the way, next week, don't forget, we are going to be at the South Boston Speedway, South Boston, where they ran the championship race. Sobo, South Boston, penultimate race of the RDR Late Model Tour next Sunday night. And yes, it will be live on LSR TV and Leadfoot TV. Let's bring in Aaron Stoltz, the winner, and we're going to get off the air here. Aaron, congratulations. You finish in the number 1 position. What a battle between you and Ross Dalton, fighting there, bumping, banging, and you held him off on the late race caution. Congratulations, Aaron.
Hey, man, thank you.
Tell you what was your, you can't leave me with that. What's your take of the race? What was your thoughts of battling with him in there, that Stoltz Motorsports entry?
Yeah, I really enjoy these twins. It gives us extra time. If we screw up in the first one, we get the second one. I think Ross, he had every opportunity to wreck me right there, and I kind of blocked. He pushed me all the way down the backstretch. I was on the stutter box all the way down the backstretch. I don't know how we didn't wreck, but there's a bunch of netcode issues. Everybody's bouncing off of me. It could have been me. It could have just been how tight we were racing. But I mean, you don't get. But I would rather race with 7 guys like this clean than 20 guys and have a caution fest every night.
Yeah, and I think everybody's exhausted too, right? I'm still at a racetrack. Everybody else has been at racetracks, whether Caraway or Sobo or Southern National or wherever they've been, sometimes more places than one on the weekend. So to be able to wind out a Sunday night with some kind of finish like this and winning, this has got to be pretty special for you.
Yeah, it was actually a blast. I mean, I finished third in the first one, had an opportunity to win, but I screwed it up, came back and won this one. But I mean, I wouldn't be able to do this every Sunday night without Ross and the rest of the RDR guys. So shout out to Ross he left Thursday, I think, like Thursday evening. They went down Southern National and raced all weekend. They had not good of luck. They had good luck, not good of luck. You know what I mean? It just how it falls. And then he comes home and spends all night to make us happy. So you got to give every bit of the props to him, or we wouldn't be doing this on Sunday nights.
Yeah, big props again to Ross Dalton. By the way, penultimate race of the season will be coming up at Sobo, South Boston, coming up next weekend. Before I let you go, Ryan, you got anything for Aaron Stoltz, buddy? We're going to get off the air quickly, man. I got to tear down, pack up, and head back towards eastern North Carolina.
Yeah, one quick question here. I believe this is your third race in a row where you finished top 3. What does this mean towards your goal towards a championship in the Ross Dalton Racing League?
I think championship's really out of the question, being that I flipped the first 4 races. So, but yeah, I mean, either way, I still enjoy coming and running with all these guys, especially now that we kind of everything was on Ross, but he kind of cleaned house and got his good guys in here, and we just go out there and battle, whether it's 5 of us or 3 of us. You know what I mean? We're still going to have fun and laugh about it. But I mean, either way, I'd much rather come just do this on a Sunday night with all of these guys that you've seen racing with tonight and have a blast and laugh about it.
Well, buddy, I'll tell you what, we're going to rig off the air. Before I let you go, man, please thank your sponsors. And, man, we'll see you. We'll see you next week at Sobo. Should be a fun one. Congrats on the win.
Hey, man, thank you. I got to thank Ross and Baker and everybody for running me clean, Jordan Blair, Steel graphics and designs for all your iRacing paints, and IRL Paints, and then just Stoltz Motorsports and everybody else all around. Thank you guys for being up in here too.
Yeah, man, not a problem. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Mr. Aaron Stoltz. Again, he wins race number 2 of the Twins. Again, Peanut Baker, winner of race 1. And Ross, I got to bring you in here, not just as the driver finishing second, but as the promoter, man. Obviously, a lot of cool things on the way. I know you're tired. I know it's been a trying weekend. My thoughts and prayers with you and the family on the passing of your poodle there. That sucks. Logan, y'all are all in my prayers, but you still press on. You come and you race all weekend. Kinley, Caraway. I'm still in the press box at Caraway. I was wondering if we were going to do this tonight. I admire your spirit, admiration, and gas pedal knowledge to get home and get this stuff on the air, man. Thank you, Ross.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you guys for busting y'all's butts as well and providing us somebody to broadcast our racing and letting us be able to be on TV for friends and family to watch. So it's without you guys, it wouldn't feel the same. So big shout out to you guys. Can't wait for the rest of the season. Got some big races coming up and some big things coming. Big news has already been let out the bag with what you guys have got going on. So can't thank y'all enough for being good enough to allow us to race with you guys.
Yeah, get ready. Coming up again in December. It is the top 10 of the all-star best of the Ross Dalton Racing Points and the Leadfoot Racing League coming together for the LFRL versus RDR Pro 5 Cup Challenge. It will be a 5-race series. We'll have all the details and information being unveiled very, very soon. It'll be broadcast as well on simulcast on Leadfoot TV and LSR TV and on the Community Radio Network on double simulcast coverage for radio and television. And then, of course, again, beginning next week, we will be on the air from Sobo with the Ross Dalton Racing Late Models and the Leadfoot Racing League on live sim racing as well. Your home for sim racing, livesimracing.com for more information. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am exhausted. Not going to lie to you. People were taking bets on wondering if I was going to lose my voice by the end of the week with all I've had to announce. But I'm very good. I'm very good at pacing myself. But we want to thank all of y'all so much for tuning in. Congrats to Peanut Baker. Congrats to Aaron Stoltz, the winner of the High Pine Twin 75s. Ryan, your final take of tonight, buddy, before we pack it up and get out of here. I'm leaving Caraway. I'm heading back Eastern NC time, and we're heading to Sobo virtually next Sunday night.
Yeah, we had 2 great races tonight, very exciting, very clean and fair racing. So, I enjoyed this and, having all of this great racing, on one of my favorite tracks is, an amazing night. So, great racing and a fun night.
Don't know if we'll make up USA International. I don't think we will. I do know the penultimate race of the schedule is coming up next week at Sobo and Martinsville, and I believe they want to finish before the Valley Star Credit Union 300 for real life at Martinsville. The week before is the finale at Martinsville for the Ross Dalton Racing Series, and we'll have it all on LSR TV, Leadfoot TV, and CRN. Remember, beginning next Sunday night, live sim racing, LSR TV on YouTube. Hit that search channel, hit subscribe. That'll be the new home for the Ross Dalton Racing Late Model program, as well as the Leadfoot Racing League and any other special events simulcasting on Leadfoot TV, and we're looking forward to it. For everybody that is involved with Leadfoot TV, including Lenny Brown, Tracy Brown, Landon Brown, Tracy Brown on production, I mentioned his name a lot. He popped in a little bit on color as well. For Ryan Tomford, for Ross Boo Boo Dalton, everybody behind the Ross Dalton Racing Driver Development Late Model E-Tour, this is Wesley Outland. Congratulations, Peanut Baker, Aaron Stoltz, winners tonight at the High Pine Twin 75s at Southern National. We'll see you next week for the penultimate race season at Sobo. Good evening.